Hey, Bears fans, what a week it has been for our Chicago Bears, and the excitement just does not seem to stop. Coming off a thrilling 31-28 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers, the momentum is clearly with this team, and there is so much to unpack as we look ahead. Now, this is one of those moments where you start thinking about potential matchups, players who are stepping up, and the decisions the coaching staff will need to make in the short week ahead. I want to take a deep dive into a few key areas and give you my reactions on where the Bears stand as they get ready to face the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday. It is a quick turnaround, and every detail matters because there is no room for error in this part of the season. Let's start with the offensive line, because this game really put the spotlight on some of the younger players stepping into major roles. A.Z. Trapillo had his first career start at left tackle, and for someone who is not even playing his natural position, he looked remarkably comfortable. His performance against a formidable Steelers pass rush showed real promise, and it is hard not to be optimistic about what he can bring to the table going forward. Pass blocking has been a key concern for the Bears this season, and Trapillo's grade in this area was strong, nearly 85 in pass protection, while his run blocking came in the 60s, which is above average. He only allowed one pressure and avoided penalties entirely, which is a huge positive for someone making his debut at left tackle. The question moving forward is whether he can cement this as his role, especially with Theo Benedict, who has shown more strength in run blocking, still on the roster. What the Bears might do, and what makes the most sense strategically, is to give Trapillo the left tackle position while utilizing Benedict as the sixth lineman in jumbo packages where his run blocking skills can shine. This approach allows the team to maximize both players' strengths and gives the coaching staff flexibility on a week-to-week basis. For a first start, Trapillo certainly exceeded expectations and could very well be the answer long-term, opening the door for additional roster moves in the offseason. Now, moving over to the secondary, Nan Wright has been nothing short of a revelation. From someone who was on the practice squad in Minnesota just last year to now leading the league in interceptions, his transformation is remarkable. Wright's ability to create turnovers has been the difference in multiple games this season, including key moments against the Washington Commanders where his awareness and playmaking set up the game-winning field goal. The Bears' defensive backfield is deep and talented, with players like Jalen Johnson, Deshaun Wright, and Tyreek Stevenson all contributing, but Wright has earned his place as a starter. Even when considering potential returns from injured players like Kyler Gordon, it is clear that the Bears benefit from having a cornerback on the field who can take the ball away consistently. Wright's production in terms of interceptions, pass breakups, and fumble recovery shows that he is not just holding his own, but actively impacting the outcome of games. The discussion will naturally continue within the team about rotations and matchups, but Wright has firmly positioned himself as a player who must be on the field when the game is on the line. Tyreek Stevenson has also been an important part of the equation, particularly with some minor injuries affecting his availability. He has returned to form over the past few weeks, but had to exit the last game early due to a hip injury. With a short week, the coaching staff has to make calculated decisions about playing time and health, and it will be interesting to see how they manage this rotation. If Jalen Johnson is ready to go, it might provide the Bears an opportunity to test a different outside corner pairing alongside Nan Wright, while still having Stevenson available as a luxury option, whether in rotation or situational matchups. This depth is a testament to the development of the roster and the coaching staff's ability to adapt to circumstances while maintaining performance levels across all phases of the game. Switching back to the bigger picture, the Bears' playoff chances have become a legitimate discussion point. At 8-3, this team is firmly in the mix, but the remaining schedule is challenging, with matchups against the Green Bay Packers twice, a home game against the Cleveland Browns, the San Francisco 49ers, the Detroit Lions, and the Philadelphia Eagles looming large. These are not easy games, and every win matters, especially in the NFC where parity is high, and a few close losses can dramatically affect seeding. The Bears have shown they know how to win tight games, and that resilience will be critical as they enter this stretch of the season. If they can come out on top against the Eagles on Black Friday, the trajectory of the season could swing dramatically, giving them a much higher probability of making the playoffs and positioning themselves as a legitimate contender. The team has shown the ability to compete in high-pressure situations, and the confidence and composure displayed in recent victories will be essential in the coming weeks. Offensively, the Bears have demonstrated versatility and adaptability, with contributions coming from multiple positions. The passing game has been solid, and the offensive line is starting to settle into its rhythm with Trapillo's emergence. Run blocking and protection schemes are gradually improving, allowing the quarterback more time to make reads and the backs to find space. The team's ability to adjust to injuries and integrate new players into critical roles is remarkable, and it shows a level of preparation and coaching that can carry them through the rest of the season. It also adds layers to the Bears' strategy, providing options to exploit weaknesses in opposing defenses. With each game, the team gains not only experience but confidence, and that intangible element of belief in the locker room can be the difference maker in close contests. The defensive side has also been a bright spot, particularly with turnover creation and the emergence of players like Wright. For a defense that can sometimes be feast or famine, having playmakers who can shift momentum in a single snap is invaluable. Even when other corners are returning from injury, the combination of skill, awareness, and opportunistic play allows the Bears to stay competitive in every matchup. Matchups against elite receivers will test this depth, but so far the group has shown resilience and capability, suggesting that when fully healthy, this unit can hold its own against top-tier offenses. Special teams and situational plays have also contributed in subtle but significant ways, including field position advantages and recovery of key fumbles, which have tipped the balance in close contests. Every aspect of the game has had an impact on the Bears' overall performance, and this holistic approach to execution demonstrates that the team is beginning to play cohesive football. It is exciting to see young players stepping up, veterans maintaining consistency, and coaches making calculated decisions that leverage the strengths of the roster while minimizing weaknesses. As we look forward, the upcoming matchup against the Eagles on Black Friday will be a defining moment. The Bears have the opportunity to prove that they can handle pressure, manage short weeks, and continue to build momentum as they chase a playoff spot. The coaching staff will have to make smart choices regarding rotations, injury management, and game plans tailored to the opponent. The players will need to execute at a high level, capitalizing on strengths and minimizing errors. This week will test the team's resilience, adaptability, and focus, and it is an exciting moment for fans who have witnessed a season of growth, surprises, and thrilling victories. Every snap, every decision, and every play could shape the trajectory of the season, and the anticipation is building for what promises to be an electrifying matchup. As we move deeper into the season, the focus inevitably shifts to individual performances and how they shape the trajectory of the team. One player who has quietly become indispensable is A.Z. Trapillo. After his standout debut at left tackle, the question isn't just about week-to-week performance, but whether he can solidify himself as a cornerstone of this offensive line for years to come. His ability to handle pass rushers in high-pressure moments has already made a noticeable difference, allowing the quarterback extra time to make critical throws downfield. The Bears' offense relies on precise timing, and Trapillo's consistency gives the rest of the line confidence to execute complex blocking schemes. While Theo Benedict remains a strong option in the run game, the potential flexibility of flipping roles, having Trapillo as the starting left tackle and Benedict as the sixth lineman, creates a strategic advantage. It means the Bears can adjust dynamically to different defensive looks, using Trapillo's pass protection and Benedict's power in the run game to exploit weaknesses in the opposition. It is a subtle but significant shift in how the Bears can approach each game, and it may very well be a blueprint that carries through the season and into the next offseason. Looking back at the secondary, Nan Wright's emergence cannot be overstated. His ability to create turnovers is a game-changer, turning potentially neutral situations into momentum-shifting plays. While Tyreek Stevenson and other corners provide depth and versatility, Wright has proven that his instincts and ball-hawking skills put him in a league of his own on the Bears roster. The team's defensive philosophy of creating pressure on the quarterback and forcing mistakes aligns perfectly with Wright's strengths. When you have a player capable of producing interceptions, fumble recoveries, and consistent pass breakups. It alters how opponents approach the game. Quarterbacks are forced to make hurried decisions. Receivers have to navigate tighter windows, and the defense can capitalize on even the smallest mistakes. Wright's production also creates opportunities for his teammates, opening lanes for safeties and allowing the pass rush to operate with increased aggression, knowing that there is a playmaker in the backfield capable of turning a tackle into a turnover. This kind of impact cannot be measured simply by statistics. It is felt in the dynamics of the entire defense, and it has been a major factor in the Bears' ability to win tight games this season. The ongoing management of injuries and rotations in the secondary will continue to play a critical role in game planning. Tyreek Stevenson's recent hip injury is a reminder of the physical toll this game takes and the importance of strategic player usage. The Bears now have a rare luxury: multiple talented outside corners, each with different strengths. Decisions about who plays and when will be nuanced, factoring in recovery, opponent tendencies, and the potential for creating turnovers. It will also be an opportunity to see if alternative pairings, like Nan Wright with Jalen Johnson, can provide a complementary dynamic. When healthy, this depth allows the Bears to adjust without losing defensive integrity, a significant advantage as the season progresses. Offensively, the Bears have demonstrated remarkable balance between the run and pass game. With the offensive line stabilizing, the quarterback has more time and space to execute, which in turn allows playmakers in the receiving core and the backfield to make their marks. The development of young players, paired with the experience of seasoned veterans, has created a synergy that translates to adaptability on the field. Play calling can now incorporate a wider array of schemes, making the Bears less predictable and more difficult to defend. This balance is especially crucial against teams like the Eagles, who present complex defensive packages capable of pressuring the quarterback and limiting space for receivers. The ability of the offensive line to absorb pressure, paired with the quarterback's decision-making, will be key factors in determining whether the Bears can control the tempo of the game and sustain long drives. The question of playoff contention is ever present, and the Bears have put themselves in a strong position despite a tough schedule ahead. With 8-3, the team is in the mix, but every remaining game carries significant weight. The schedule is challenging, with matchups against division rivals like the Packers, high-powered offenses such as the Browns and the 49ers, and other competitive teams in the NFC like the Lions. Each of these games is pivotal, not only in terms of wins and losses, but in how the team continues to build confidence and cohesion. Winning close games has become a hallmark of the Bears this season, and their ability to execute under pressure will likely be tested repeatedly in the coming weeks. Every matchup provides an opportunity to refine strategies, solidify rotations, and test the depth of the roster in high-pressure situations. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have been swirling in the NFL world after a recent clash left more than just scores and stats making headlines. Kevin O'Connell, the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, appeared unusually candid, and perhaps provocatively so, when discussing their recent matchup against the Chicago Bears. What was meant to be a post-game analysis quickly turned into a lightning rod for chatter, and the fallout has fans buzzing across social media. O'Connell didn't hold back, taking aim at Chicago's performance in a way that many interpreted as sharp criticism. While coaches often drop subtle digs or strategic critiques in the press room, O'Connell's remarks carried a punch that seemed to go beyond standard post-game commentary. Words like unprepared and disjointed slipped into his discussion of the Bears' gameplay, igniting reactions from Bears supporters and casual observers alike. Some suggest that O'Connell's tone was strategic, a psychological nudge intended to rattle an upcoming opponent, while others wonder if he simply lost his cool in the heat of competition. The Vikings' locker room reportedly didn't weigh in publicly, but the sense of a brewing feud has energized fans on both sides. Bears supporters flooded forums and social feeds with heated responses, defending their team and questioning whether O'Connell's comments crossed an unspoken line of sportsmanship. Meanwhile, Vikings enthusiasts seemed divided, with some praising the candor and others cautioning that poking the Bears so openly could backfire in future matchups. What makes this chatter especially intriguing is the timing. The NFL thrives on rivalries, and O'Connell's statements may have done more than just critique. They might have reignited a simmering tension between two teams whose history has always teetered between competition and spectacle. Analysts and insiders are now speculating whether this public jab is part of a larger psychological strategy, with O'Connell positioning his squad as provocateurs in a league that thrives on mind games. For the casual observer, it's enough to watch the ripple effects unfold. Sports bars and online threads are alive with debate, memes, and hot takes, while pundits dissect every syllable for hidden meaning. Was this just a coach being brutally honest, or a calculated move to throw the Bears off balance before the next encounter? Only time, and the next matchup, will tell, but one thing is certain. O'Connell's words have sparked conversation, controversy, and the kind of rumor that refuses to die quietly. In the ever-charged world of NFL rivalries, sometimes the stories off the field can be just as electrifying as the action on it. And right now, all eyes are on O'Connell and the brewing storm he has stirred with a few choice words about the Bears. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.